This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Hi, welcome to ABC Radio. My name is a musician that was really big in the mid-2000s. I am here, it's afternoons, I'm covering for someone else. I'm chill, I'm having a good time, I've got my producer in the next room, and we're going to have a few fun guests throughout the day. We've got a few exciting guests, but I also want you to call in. I was on my way into the station today, and I was driving through those empty streets of Melbourne, and a thought came to my head, and it was a bit of an interesting thought. I thought to myself, what would you do if you were an empty street? What would you do for one day if you were an empty street because of COVID? Maybe you could be sort of a... I don't know, really. Give us a call if you have a thought. They're just a little thought experiment for you. We're going to get straight to it. We're nearly at the top of the hour, so we'll cut to some news. And when we come back, I've got a very exciting guest. He is a massage therapist that uses swords. Now, that sounds a little bit scary, but I don't think it's as scary as it sounds. I can't wait to hear from them. Their name is Brabham Kalai. So they'll be after the news, now that we're at the top of the hour. News, everyone's dead. Okay, we're back. It's the top of the hour. And we've got our first guest, Brabham Kalai. Now, you massage people with swords. How does that work?
Yes, hello, and thanks for having me. It's a absolute pleasure. I'm a listener to the show. Yes, so I am a massage therapist based out of Melbourne, and a few years ago, I got into the art of combat. So swords.
Wow. Wowee. Not just normal massage, but with swords.
Now, that's right. Now, the way that I put the swords into... You wouldn't think of swords and massage being two things that work together. One is about relaxation and deep tissue remedial therapy. The other one is about combat and hurting people. But I use swords in a way that is remedial. The sword is mightier than the pen in many ways, I've always said. So I get the swords and I massage with the swords, the flat end, of course, not the sharp end. And that gives me a real way to hit those knots in the back.
So when I was a little girl, I used to watch the Monkey Magic, and they sometimes used swords, and that's how I'm identifying with this topic.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Monkey Magic growing up?
No, I don't know what that is, unfortunately. But if I was a kid and I did know what it was, and it was on, and I did like it, then I would have watched it.
So we're nearly at the top of the hour. Going to cut to some news.
That was a really quick hour.
Would you like to... It flies by on radio. Would you like to hang around? We're asking listeners what they would do if they were an empty street. Would you like to hang around and maybe talk about that for a moment?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay. All right, we're at the top of the hour. When we come back, we've got two exciting comedy boys. They are Mark Bernardo and Brian Kelly from comedy troupe Aunty, Donna. They've just had a few viral hits on a large video service. A large video streamer, free video streamer. And also, you can see some of their stuff on iView. They'll be back at the top of the hour to talk about their new project, a couple of boys and a big bucket of cum. But for now, the news. Everybody's dying. So we're at the top of the hour here. You're here with Zippy Zu. I'm covering at the moment for someone. It's the afternoons on ABC, and I've got a very exciting guest. Aunty Donna are a sketch comedy troupe with over 13 billion views on a video streamer. They have followers on a photo sharing website and other things. They've also just gained a few followers on the Chinese social media site with a name similar to a clock. They're here to promote their new web series, 3 Boys and a Bucket of Cum, from Aunty Donna, Broden Kelly, and Mark Banana.
Hello, Zippy Zu. It's a pleasure to be here on your show, long-time listeners, and what a good time.
It's so great to be here, Zippy Zu. We've been listening to you this is actually big. You're actually one of Broden's biggest comedy inspirations, and he's not going to say. He didn't want to say it. He didn't want me to say it.
I do love Zippy Zu. We grew up listening to your music.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Just doing the radio now, and obviously the trivia nights in Northcote. But before we get into all of that, tell me about 3 Boys and a Bucket of Cum.
So,
what's it about?
So 3 Boys and a Bucket of Cum came from, we just got greenlit for a series on Stan based on a pilot that we made called Chaperones. And so we made this great TV show for Stan called Chaperones, and it's gone on. I think it's in season 12 at the moment.
Yeah.
And we thought, you know what, we want to get back to what it is that makes us who we are. You know, where we started. You know, let's get back to really what we found funny.
And we, with the help of Screen Australia, they helped us fund this series. Screen Australia are fantastic, and they helped us make this series, and we're really proud of it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit what it's about. If someone hasn't seen Aunty Donna, maybe they haven't seen your work on iView, on ABC2, other things. What is Aunty Donna? What sort of show do you do?
We do pretty much slapstick, absurd comedy. Think Monty Python. Think like the Beyond the Fringe.
It's people have said where Monty Python meets South Park.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Okay, right, yeah, that's a lot of fun. And Monty Python is a lot of fun. It also reminds me a little bit. I've seen some of your work. I saw your live show at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Thank you. We'll talk about that in a moment. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It actually reminded me, I don't know if you'll remember it, you may be a little young for it, but there was a show called Monkey Magic when I was a little girl. It was very silly, very absurd. Reminded me a lot of that. Do you know Monkey Magic?
No,
unfortunately, we don't know Monkey Magic. What is Monkey Magic?
It's a show about sort of a monkey man in Japan. It's a lot of fun.
No, never seen it.
Listen, we're at the top of the hour. I'm having so much fun with you guys.
Jesus.
You are very high energy.
Sure?
Yeah.
I feel like we've been talking for like a minute.
I would love for you. We're going to take some calls from our listeners. We're talking about what you would do, and do give us a call. What would you do if you were an empty street for a day? That's after the news. I'd love for you to stick around. Would you be able to stick around?
No, we have to go.
Unfortunately not, no.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, no worries. Well, after we're at the top of the hour, got to cut to that news straight away, but give us a call. What would you do if you were an empty street for a day? Dun 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 dun. ABC News, China government. Okay, we're back at the top of the hour. We're getting a few callers in. What would you do if you were a street for a day? Let's answer the phone here and see what's what. Okay, here we go. Hello. Hello. How are you? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What? Who are you?
My name is Daryl.
Sorry, say that again. We had a few technical issues there. This is obviously, I'm just covering for Raphael Epstein today. Don't have control of all the buttons and whatnot. Just say that name again there for me, dear.
Daryl.
Hello, Daryl. And tell me, Daryl, what would you do if you were an empty street for a day?
I don't quite understand the question. It's a little confusing to me.
Okay, that was Daryl there talking about what he would do if he was an empty street for a day. We've got another caller coming in, and let's hear what they would do. Hi, how are you? And tell me, what's your name?
My name's Jono. I'm from Ballarat.
Hi, Jono from Ballarat. How are you today?
Yeah, good. Just I'm on the road at the moment. Just driving down from Ballarat up to Greendale.
Oh, Greendale, beautiful, beautiful Greendale. I was there maybe 2 years ago. Watched a couple of episodes of Monkey Magic on VHS there. Tell me, what would you do if you were an empty street for a day?
Yeah, look, I don't actually understand the question, to be honest. You know, the fact that you're sort of saying what would be to be an empty street, I feel like that's a bit of a what's the word? Inanimate objects, really, that can't really speak for its. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of confused by the notion that you could. What would you do? I imagine you just sort of sit there.
So that was a caller there driving through. We've got a few more callers on the line, and I'll take that call. Just for clarity, I think a few people are confused. I was driving down the street and it was completely empty because of COVID, and I thought, gee, what would you do for a day if you were an empty street? We've got a caller on the line here. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, great. And what's your name, love?
My name's Tiffany.
Right, and I hope you're not too stressed in lockdown. Doing some baking, are we?
Stage 4 here in metropolitan Melbourne. But,
Yeah.
Keeping myself busy with some gardening and some pruning of the hedges.
Yeah, we've just got to stay busy, stick together. You know, I haven't seen my mother in a few weeks. It's tough. It is tough. Now, tell me, if you were an empty street, obviously not because of those the reasons now, but if you were an empty street for a day, what would you do?
Well, the reason I was calling is because it's quite a confusing notion. I'm not 100% sure exactly what you mean by that. A bit, like, do you mean if a street had sentience?
So we've had a couple of callers in there. We've got time for one more caller. Bit of confusion there about what exactly an empty street is. So let's see. We've got time for one more caller. We're nearly at the top of the hour. But hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's John.
Yes, hello, John.
And I thought of a fun thing that you could do if you're an empty street.
Oh, yes, great. Of course, the question, what would you do if you were an empty street for a day? What would you do, John?
I was thinking you could suck my asshole.
Okay, so John there doing a bit of a prank call, I think. Anyway, we're at the top of the hour. We're going to be joined by ScoMo, but ScoMo played by two people after the break, talking a little bit about stage 4, what does it mean, what we could do to look after ourselves. But that's after the break. This is top of the hour now. Over to the news.
You're listening to Zippy Zu in the afternoons on ABC Melbourne.
News England. So we're back, and obvious, I'm going to play another one of those little clippies there.
You're listening to Zippy Zu in the afternoon, ABC Melbourne.
Zippy Zu. Back in 1992, I was one of the most avant-garde, offensive comedians there was. So, I'm joined now by Minister for Health, ScoMo. Tell me, ScoMo, tough times.
Yes,
It
Yeah.
is
very
Yes,
hard
times
at
the
Of course, ScoMo is now 2 people. That happened last night. There was a press conference called very late. Tell me, how did you become 2 people, ScoMo?
well.
I
First,
fart.
in
Fart.
yeah,
Fart.
Now, obviously, this reminds me a little bit of some of the antics they got up to on Monkey Magic. Now, that's something I'm sort of identifying.
I
love
monkey
fart
magic
poo
fart.
come
Fart.
fart
Fart.
So,
fart
Monkey
fart
fart.
we
poo
are
Magic
at
I'm
the hour.
fart.
Scott
Fart.
Morrison
Monkey
magic
fart.
fart
Fart.
fart
Monkey
fart
Okay. So we are at the top of the hour, but I'd love for you to hang around. Would you be able to hang around? I know you are very busy with being the health minister of Victoria and 2 people.
when
fart
you
fart
fart said
fart
what
fart
would
fart
you
fart
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 do
when
you
fart
were
Prime Minister.
fart?
Okay, so that was ScoMo, Health Minister of Victoria, and 2 people. Unfortunately, can't join us after the break, but it is the top of the hour, so we're going to cut to the news now. But after the news, I'm joined by 2 very special guests, Broden and Mark from Aunty Donna.
You're listening to Zippy Zu on ABC Melbourne.
ABC News, get out of here.
Hey, have you ever wanted to scream at your dad, but you're too afraid you'll hurt his feelings? Get yourself this new bidet. That'll clean you up. You're listening to ABC Melbourne, and your ass is covered in shit.
So there was an ad for a bidet, just trialling ads on ABC. Of course, I did make a little bit of an error. If you're not just joining me at the top of the hour, I'm Zippy Zu. I'm covering for Raphael Epstein in the afternoon. I accidentally said that we'd be joined by Aunty Donna after the break. They've already joined us. We're actually joined by 2 blues and roots musicians to talk a little bit about, they're doing a live show they're doing an Instagram live music show on Saturday night. A little bit different. I know I've been missing my live music gigs down at the Northcote. So, hi, how are you, Broden, Kelly, Mark, Banana? How are you today?
I'm sorry, Zippy Zu. We're not. I don't understand. Your producer, as we were leaving, grabbed us and made us come back in.
Yeah.
We're not
Right,
blues
now-
and roots performers, we just interviewed us, and you just acknowledged that you just interviewed us.
And then you called us by our names.
Yeah, so now tell me, must have been hard. Did you have a tour planned or anything like that before all of this went down?
No, we're not musicians at all. We don't do blues and roots. We made an
Mark.
album and it was nominated for an ARIA, but that's
True.
beside the point. We lost to one song. We are not musicians, and we've been interviewed by you. We have nothing else to say. We plugged our stupid web series.
Right.
I'm Mark Bonanno. That's Broden Kelly. We're from Aunty Donna. You know this. We can talk about fondness for blues music. I don't have a fondness for blues music.
Right, yeah.
All roots, yeah.
So it says here, instead of doing a live performance, you're doing it on Instagram Live on Saturday night. How does that work exactly? Do you need that? Is it strange without the feedback from the crowd?
What's interesting is that I'm not sure if you're talking about Aunty Donna or the blues and roots musicians. Conceivably, either of us could do something like that. We don't have that planned. Did the blues and roots musicians have something like that planned?
I don't know. I'm just so you've got here that okay, so you're not the blues and roots group.
No, we've said that maybe 15 times now.
So what is it that you do exactly?
We were just interviewed.
We do sketch comedy. We do sketch
Right,
comedy.
I had a sketch comedy group on here earlier today.
That was us.
Right.
That was us.
Yes. So tell me, now I don't know a lot about sketch comedy, but there is one thing I'm reaching for, one sort of point of sort of similarity between us is a show called Monkey Magic. Do you know Monkey Magic?
You asked us about this in the last hour. You asked us if we
right.
watch Monkey Magic. I don't know what the fuck Monkey Magic is, man. I've no fucking clue, bro.
Because I don't know anything about what you guys do, and I'm just trying to create a
Told you
connection
about
there.
it. We told you about it like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you going to interview the blues and roots people? We've been waiting out here for 2 hours.
Oh,
How to do it?
Come in, hello.
Hello.
I'd like to meet Aunty Donna.
Hi, how you going? Nice to meet you. Can
Lovely
we
to
go
meet
now? The people you need to interview are here.
Can we go?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Unless you want to interact with this Blues and Roots group for a little bit. It's a bit of an acting challenge for you. It's up to you.
All right.
Oh, fine, we'll stay. All right. Yeah, sounds like a good
How
idea.
to do it? Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay.
No, I was sorry. I was talking to the blues and roots musicians.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yes. How are you?
Good, thanks.
How to do it?
Hey, no, he was
Okay.
talking to me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What?
So we're going to open with a
Yeah,
bit
what's
of a
going
song.
on?
How
I'm
to
just saying.
do it?
Hi, how you going?
Hi.
I'm good.
Oh, look, Scott Morrison's here.
Fart.
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 Hi.
Oh, no. Wow, Scott Morrison's 2 people. Wow. Yeah, that's really crazy.
How to do it?
Fart.
Oh, no.
I.
Fart.
When.
I.
No.
Fart.
Listen, excuse me. We're in the middle of an interview here.
Scott Morrison. 2 people who are Scott Morrison. Now you
Get
need to get out of here.
Get
How
out,
to
all
do
of you.
it?
I'm
Stop
sick
saying
of
that.
it. Roar.
What the bloody hell's going on here?
How
I'm
to
putting
do
my
it?
foot down right now. I'm putting my foot down. I'm furious at all of you.
Fart.
I need Aunty Donna out.
I
need Scott
fart.
Morrison out.
Am.
Stop it. Stop it, all
How
of
to
you.
do it?
Scott
Bro,
Morrison,
shut up. Stop saying how to do it.
Jeez, what
Aunty
the
Donna.
bloody hell?
get out. Get out right now.
How to do it?
Fart.
I
Fart.
am.
How to do it?
How to do it?
How to do it?
How to do it?
Top of the hour. Who wants to join me after the break? After the news?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Fart.
How to do it?
How to do it?
Let's cut to the news. Top of the hour. News over here. We've got Broden Kelly in England.
Roden Kelly is standing in England where Boris Johnson announced today large reforms in response to COVID-19. Brexit happening on the streets of London as bombs from the Bosch fall on the palace. Pret-a-manger's everywhere, fleeing the scene. West End London. Broden Kelly, London ABC.
Broden Kelly, London correspondent. Now for a lighter story. In Muckanuppin in Western Australia, a sheep farm lost their sheep and found them a little bit later. Mark Bonanno in Muckanuppin.
Well, it was a crazy day here in Western Australia when Jeremiah Poutine, a French-Canadian immigrant from Melbourne, lost his sheep and then found them again. Where were they? They were just on the other side of the fence. Of course, now he is he's putting holes all in his fence. So next time those sheep go missing, he just needs to peek through those holes. I guess that's a lesson we can all learn about the size and how many holes there are in your fence and the sheep that come with it. This is Mark Bonanno.
Fart.
I
Love.
to
Fart.
Of course, ScoMo came into the farm to wish Jeremiah Poutine a happy Thanksgiving and, of course, his 37th wedding anniversary, which had just come up. Of course, not married to the sheep, married to his wonderful wife, who turns out is one of the people who is ScoMo. Fart!
ABC News. Okay, hi, we're at the top of the hour. I'm
Howdy
covering for
doody.
Raphael Epstein. I'm joined here today by, of course, wonderful guest. You probably know him as holding the flag at the Sydney 2000 Olympics. He's a basketball superstar. Oh my God. You played basketball. Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome to the show.
Sorry, he's referring to me, Andrew Gaze.
Yeah, I'm referring to you, Andrew. How are you today, Andrew?
Jeez, I'm good, mate. I've had a ripper day. 2 basketball games, got me shots up, did some dribbling practice, and now I'm in the studio at ABC. I'm sitting here going, how good's this?
Now, you've brought in your nonno, an old Italian man, to talk a little bit about basketball, nonno basketball.
Yeah, that's right. Now, she's not actually my nonna, obviously, but she grew up in the house next to me and would bring over jars of tomato sauce that she'd whipped up in her backyard, and we called her nonna. But she's going to talk to you today about the best sport for older people. I hear a lot of old codgers saying all the time, I can't move, me back stuffed, and I've got to figure out a way to be able to move and keep my virality. And this is where Nonna comes in. Nonna's going to tell you about the best thing ever, Nonna basketball. Come on, Nonna.
Ciao bella, e se iniziamo adesso con è stata la vita e se la potevo pazzi.
Basketball is a very exciting game to play with your friends. If you play basketball with all of your friends, you can get fitness in your legs and in your thighs. I like to make passata. I don't add the basil when I make the passata because then it restricts what ingredients I can use it with. Although I do add a little sprinkle of oregano.
Howdy doody.
I just want to say thank you so much to all the guests. I suspect this will be my last time hosting.
You've been hosting.
I've
been listening, driving. You've been hosting for 7 hours now.
Yeah, it is the top of the hour, unfortunately, and I will be wrapping up after this hour. After the news, we're going to have requests with Zenro. So, so that's all from me. You'll have your regular host Raphael Epstein after the break. Thanks so much for having me. It's been wonderful being a guest in your home, as it were. As I said, I suspect this is the last time I'll be hosting this show, for it went very poorly. I'm Zippy Zu. Thanks to all my guests, thanks to my producer. But after the news, it'll be Requests with Zenro. ABC News, everyone's dead.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.